Hi, it's Peggy from the Pearl Forest, and today for a video we're going to use it up. I've around the house collected a whole bunch of stuff and from my desk and around my room. They vary greatly. It might be paper, might be magazines, newspaper. There's even some fussy cut pages and just miscellaneous stuff. We'll see what we can make. I also have a bunch of tags that were previously started that maybe just need something. We'll see if we can add some of this to finish them. We'll put them there. And I also have this box handy that has some playing cards, which I might make some more, both sides, same page size. Some more pieces to go in our Stack and Whack cards. And I have some tag and belly band and journal card things that are cut out here. So we'll tuck them back there. I have some punches handy. I have glue. I have a little bit of washi tape. All kinds of things, and we'll just see what we can make and use this stuff up. Now this is a lot of I think food color dyed paper that I'd cut some pieces out of, but there's lots of little scraps. We could add that to something, or we can collage some pieces together. We have some bigger ones. This could be a page or go on a page or be a large tag. Let's see. Let's measure how big this is. This is part of a file folder. That's a better one for measuring. Because I can see better. This is just a hair over 5 and about 8. So that's about the biggest that we would want on a journal page. We'll bring one of these down to use to see how something will look or fit on a page, just to use it as a tool. So this will take up the majority of the page if you put it on. It might be a little bit too big, but maybe we'll just trim it a little bit after we put something on it. Now, if we put this on a page, we could get most of this on a page. We would lose the top, and a little bit of it will wrap around to the other side. But since I thought we would go with journal cards or tags or something, we could do this one. Let's see. I feel like it's just a tad too big. Like if you had a belly band or something, it would almost be, that would be the size of your belly band. So I think I'm gonna cut part of it off. I've really been working on arranging my desk so I can get at things. Hopefully this will work. Let's just do, let's see, this is 5.5. So if we had 5.5, that like barely goes over. But if we make this 4 3/4, then 5.5 has about that much extra. Let's just make it 4.5, just to make sure. So 4.5. I still need to dig out my other large paper trimmers and try them out. And then this was 8. I think 7.5 would be better. So let's try this at, oops. This one, they just have equal 1/4 inch. They don't have one that stands out for the 1/2 inch. That's the not as good thing about this ruler. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's weird. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, maybe this isn't the best ruler. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe it isn't the best. See, that didn't come out the same. This one, however, is harder to see. I did silver Sharpie it because those lines were these black lines on a dark purple ruler. What were they thinking? That's not real efficient either. Okay, so cut this down, put our pencil back. So this will be a large journal card with some nice cactuses. We'll stick this a bit out of the way, and maybe these out of our way for right now. We can use some of these that are on the desk too if we want. I need to quit rattling that ruler. It's probably loud. Sorry. Okay, hope you're all having a great day today. I'm having a kind of okay day, although I've been looking at Hurricane Helene and the damages, and that part's not okay. I'm glad that there are good Americans out there helping people. There's a lot of people that need help. It's not a good situation. Makes one wonder, makes one thankful that we are not there in the middle of all of that, but also wonder, you know, what we would do in the situation if we were hit with a disaster like that. You know, are we ready? Can we help our neighbors? What do we have to offer? How do we keep our family safe? Makes one wonder about all of that. Let's see. I am going to just take one of my notebook papers to use as a glue page. I made sure I got out extra glue stick because this one is getting low, and I have 2 bottles of art glitter glue over here. So I think we're good with glue. We have our scissors, plenty of things to use. It's my goal to use it up or get rid of it. So that's what we're working on. Okay, I trimmed these edges nice and neat so I could see where they were, so I could do this and know that I would be on the picture and not off the picture. So we'll get over here pretty close to the edge. And if we need to get a little extra glue on one of these corners, we can come back and get that. And we know that the picture goes over here, not quite as high as that, but kind of. So do we have a skinny tag? This one might be skinnier than we want, although that's not bad. So I think we would want to get as close to here as possible. And I don't want to glue the whole thing on this because we don't have, you know, anything much to look at up higher. But let's see, is this too high? It is. So once again, we'll measure 7.5 inches. Although we could go 8 with a tag. Let's go with 8 with a tag. We can always cut it off shorter. I'm getting a lot of Southwesty cactus things in my ephemera, so maybe I'm gonna have a Southwest cactus themed journal in my future. Okay, we got a little one. We can make something. Okay, and let's stick this on. And my idea is to get the base of these items done. If we can, you know, add a little something to the base, that's great. But I'm not really going for finished product at this moment. It's more to use up this stuff that I have here and start it into being something. So I like leaving a little bit of room because it's a lot easier to cut out than to try to get between them. You end up nicking stuff. So let's cut these out. Let's see how much of the good picture that we were able to use and what we were able to get. Let's see, get over far enough. Do you make stuff just for whatever your current project is, or do you need make things to be used later, either for specific projects or just for whatever might come your way? Curious to know what you guys out there do, if you do stuff. So this is this one. Doesn't that look nice? That's from a newspaper. And here's this one. So we didn't use that much, which we didn't waste much. Probably this long one, I'll make a tag top on it. We didn't use this one, which isn't much either. I mean, you could collage or something with it, but I'm just gonna let it go. I need to let things go so that they get used up. And then we have this one. Now it has a little bit of the circle up there, but I'm okay with that. A little bit of pop of red is nice. Okay. I'll decide on the tag top later. I'm just going to set these off to the side and we'll look at them again later. Okay, so we have all this red and white fabric. We also have a Tabasco box, which could make some skinny things. We have this wrapping paper. We also have some cards. Here's an envelope. Here's a picture of a kitty. And I'm going to go ahead and once again just cut out the picture itself because that will help guide me on covering it up. And I have a whole bunch of pre-cut packaging and file folders, cardstock to use, and this can be covered up later. Let's save the word cats because maybe we would want this later. I have a cat journal that I'm working on, so I'm just going to toss this in my trash, which is an arm's length away, and reach up here to my cat pile. Okay, so we could put it on an existing thing. Actually, this is kind of interesting the way it is, but What if we fussy cut the cat out and put it on that? I kind of think that would actually be fun. Now, it wouldn't go all the way up. We could just lose some of the post and have it go this way. These things kind of remind me of, you know, scratchy sort of marks. Oh, let's just be different and do it. So instead of putting it on just as it is, we'll use up two things by putting it onto there. Look at these claws showing on this kitty cat hair. I can envision that he's clawed up all that stuff. I think these are wrought iron candlesticks and things. Let's see. Fussy cut this out. It's always better to move your paper than your scissors. It's easier to steer, I guess we'll say. Sometimes it's good to go beyond where you want to cut and then come back. If you have deep places to go in, you can go across and then come back in and cut them out, but we don't have any of that on here. It's more gentle. Like that. I'll get rid of this. We'll put old kitty on here. Let's see. This color is kind of different. We could lose most of it. Do we want him over that far? I don't think I want him all the way over because I don't like the way it looks over there. So maybe put him about there. So, oops. Sorry, kitty, I'm ripping your head off. It's okay. We'll glue you back down and you'll be fine. It's okay. Must have stuck to my paper. Okay. Wow. Poor kitty. So we'll put him like that. Hardly noticeable. I think that's a fun journal card. Now we do need to cover the back still, but probably we'll come back to that and do that all at once rather than with this. Doesn't that look fun? And I pulled out a bunch of my punches, including my corner rounder. I think we'll go with a medium one. Okay, there we go. And what else can we find in here? Those were newspaper ones. Here's some cardstock we can use for something. This is an old-fashioned large picture. Maybe we have another one of these larger pieces that we can get a bunch of that. Let's see, this one is 5, that's not bad, by 8. That could be okay. It still could fit in a bottle, belly band. So let's see, if we do about like that, yeah, we could get most of them on that. Grandpas have a special role to play in the grandkids' lives. Okay, so let's glue this on here. We can always go back and add, you know, labels, words, something like those words are not going to show up on here because they're off the edge. We could add them on if we wanted, but I think it's more versatile if we don't. Words do sort of limit what you're doing, where you can use it. All right, I wonder if I can see where to put this. No, I can't really see through. If I hold it up to my light. Let's see if we get down to his shoes. Let's see. I'm gonna go bottom of his shoes, a little above his head, this side of the boy, and this side of the man, although we're not going that far. But that gives me something to aim for. So here, where's his shoe? Here, and this one right there. The little boy's whatever is more important than Grandpa's sleeve. So we're gonna go more over to the little, boys this way. And be up just a tad. We're kind of shooting in the dark, but we're gonna go for it. Let me hold it up and see. Well, we got Grandpa's head. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. Make sure we seal the edges down and all across here. When I see other people doing theirs, I don't see them smooth as much as I do. I don't know how they're managing to get theirs to stick really good, but they do. So maybe I have overkill. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this probably straight across. Am I saving anything there? Nope. So we'll go across. Might save that potted geranium down there. That reminds me of my grandmother. Geraniums, red geraniums. And this can just go straight across. Most of my newspapers have gone into my compost, which you can see that video if you'd like. But occasionally I pull out, I'm getting a lot of glue on here. Occasionally I pull out something that I want to use in journals. There, we have Grandpa and grandson and their nice little scene. Okay, I think on this one, I don't know why, I just want to nip the corners just a little tiny bit. It's funny how we just can't decide something. And when we just stress around that, that will be nice as well. All right, there's that one. And we have, well, this is interesting. We have a little car down here. I wonder if we can do something with that. I kind of like this, what you call it? What do you call it? Is it a turquoise or aqua? Kind of missing my garbage can here. I'm cutting this up a little taller because I'm not sure how big something is that I'm putting it on. Okay, so we have these. We have these letter cards from a game that I was making. could go on that. We have this little one that I have left over. We have playing cards. We could just put this on one side of the playing card. I think I'm going to do that on this one. We'll find something to put on the other side. Let's see. This goes about here. Put it on the card itself. I'm going to leave that little white edge. I kind of like that. But I think this darker edge will have near the bottom. Maybe we should have it where it's the whitish gray here, whatever this color is down here doesn't really show. Okay, we'll go like that. Sometimes we just go for it. So we'll add something else over here when we find it. We'll know what it is. Okay. And you've probably heard me say before, I don't just cut these rounded corners on the cards because I don't do a very good job at that. So I come back later with the corner rounder. Okay, this one is quite small. These have some stickers on them. Is there anything that's like red? No, look, we have some cats. Those would be good for our upcoming cat journal. If we can find some things to put with them. This would be our wild animals. This is something I made for kids. I feel like I want to leave this one out for something in this one. I have more of these too, but let's see. I have some little, really little tags like this. I cut it a little narrower, but once again, we could put something over there. We could put the car on here. Well, let's wait and see what else we find. This could go here, I'm not sure. I kind of like it with this, but because of where it's positioned, I don't know. All right, let's dig in and see what else we find. We have a coloring page. We have another newspaper page. We have a big journal card possibility. Some envelopes. We have some kind of origami-like paper. We have these little metal things. Don't know if we'll find something to do with those. Oh, those are my templates for cutting tags. Here's, I don't know if you can see that still now, but here's a stamp that looks nice with that. Here's some of these cards we can cover. I'm just digging in here. Hopefully I'm not getting too much out here. That might work too. Some leaves, various papers. There was another stamp, several stamps. Come back. I've lost them in here. Okay, some black and white paper that could go with that. And let's see, stripes. this paper, more newspaper things, some fussy cuts. Excuse me while I just dig in here for a minute. Okay. Now that I've made a real thorough mess of my desk. Okay, I was thinking about this one. Something skinny like that would work. I was thinking this kind of goes with this one and this stamp, even though it's a different kind of flower. But let's put, well, this is a couple pieces of paper. I don't think you want the stripes for this. This goes up to here. Yeah, it doesn't overlap that much. Let's just put this on the card again, but overlap. So we can put this overlapped some on there. A little extra. And a little extra on the top of this so that it can go on top of that. Put it over a little bit more this way. I don't know. Do I want the whole stamp to show? I guess we could. Sometimes you just fiddle trying to decide. Still probably I would put something up there later in the finishing. Okay, so there's that one, and we use the, I think the really small one, yeah, rounds like the cards. Looks much nicer than me doing it. So we have that. Like I said, it needs something right there. Okay. Wow, our time is going by quickly. That's not quite big enough. Let's cut this out, except for the bottom, because the bottom doesn't really have a distinct edge. Color-wise, that looks really nice with the kitty, doesn't it? Okay. Could we pair it up with some paper? Make it pop a little bit. It's too much the same. We had like a newspaper kind, it would be better. I have some tissue paper, but that would only go on one side, but that might work. I think that's what we have in here. So what if we had this across two sides? It's not going to really fit, is it? Well, we could put something else down there. Let's cut this one straight. That works. I don't know if it's pretty straight. Okay. What if we just put this on here? We're gonna stick it up a little bit. So, all right. I like the wrinkles. That doesn't bother me. Kind of adds some texture. Maybe I saw another newsprint one in there that might have a scrap that will work for us in a few minutes. But we'll go with this for the moment. So I'm putting this over to this edge, kind of equal to the bottom. Now you can see a little bit of writing there, and this isn't exactly right, but that can be trimmed. And something can be added there. I'm seeing like painty paper or something that looks like painty paper would go nicely with it. Okay. Oops. And we'll cut this at 4 1/4. And we can add some things to that one later. All right, what else do we have? We did the one with that stuff. Oh, these, I guess I was gonna make pages out of those. So, try to save them. Here's this, these are, I don't know if these are bookmarks or what they are. Yeah, it does say bookmarks. So we could just add something to that if we think of it. Leave them as they are. Have these big black and white ones, and this McKenna, that's for American Girls doll McKenna. This must have been hers. And tie this ribbon. And you can put that on the top of something. And this is taped on these sides, so I'm going to have to cut the ends off. And we want to cover up the McKenna part because I don't think we want that. But does it look better with this or with this? I'm going to go with this one. So, Do we want to have her? She has such lines blowing in her face. It just seems kind of strange to me. Don't know about what you think. Any of these good for what we're talking about? Not really. Well, once again, let's cut this out, and maybe we'll just use this coloring page, which is Essai de figure in plein air, or a study of a figure outdoors. And by some famous artist. I believe these were famous artist coloring pages. But we'll treat them like patterns. I can hear my dog outside the door. I don't know if you can hear him or not. He's moaning. I don't know if that's just because he's left outside the door or his ears are bugging him. Okay. It kind of looks like the inside of the cat's ears is a similar color. So we could put this on here. Let's see if we cut it out here and up to the fold, approximately. And then this one, well, we could just put that one over on the other side, and then we can put some other pieces in between. So I didn't put this with my color page. It's going to go somewhere else, I guess. Unless I have a scrap of the color page, and then maybe I'll include it. I like to think of the upcoming journals so I can make pieces to go in them. And if I can get rid of stuff at the same time, then all the better. All right, so this is a little short, but I was going to move it up and put something at the bottom, but I think I'm going to put it down because it makes more sense with the picture, and leave a gap at the top, which we can fill in with something else. Okay, also black and white. I have these pieces from things. From a scrapbook paper. They're scraps. I wonder if they would go with this. Now I kind of like this one. How big is this card? Ruler. They're more up and down, so maybe we can go up and down. I don't know. It's, where's the edge? 4 3/4 by 6. It should be straight because we cut it with the cutter. So let's edge this one also so that we know it's not a bunch of white space we're putting on the card. This one is the Artist's Garden at Vethulil. Not sure which artist these are. I had more than one book. Could have been Monet. I'm not sure. But it gives you a chance to color their painting. Okay. Glue paper. I'll leave leave that on that side as a way to do a writing surface on that side. I think I want this edge. Okay, my blue one, it's just getting messy. We'll have some usable pieces we can make something with. Maybe we want something that's mostly black and white. We have the little girl. We have the pots. Don't think we want the New York, but whoops. I don't know. Let's just be random and put some of these on. That's what a collage is just random. I think the elephant there isn't going to work, but we can put the elephant, this cobra down here, its little umbrella, and then maybe something up that way. We have this. That's too much like that. We have a building, but that's kind of cut off. Let's see. We have another vase. We have hamburger cart or hot dog cart or whatever it is. Let's see, a little car. A sign that says New York. Well, that's not true. Not sure what I cut out of this that ended up with these pieces. She's so close that I can't get a lot in there. Oops, I need to keep that one. I think I can just put this above her and just as far up as it will go. Which we'll just lose part of those. And here's a big glob of glue. Okay. We'll cut around this. And kind of slip it into the picture. I think it's going to call for some kind of word, maybe even some numbers or something later, like mysterious or imagination or something. Certainly not your average picture. Okay, so maybe we'll just put it back here. It looks like it's not sitting on anything though. Maybe we'll sit it on this line. scale of things is a little off, but well, that's unique anyway. Can't say it's not unique. Maybe that's the word we need. It's unique. And let's see, maybe the medium one. Well, that's different. Okay. What else can we do? We still have this one and this paper. We have this little edge. We have this card and this back side. We have our car, these metal things. We have these two pieces. This makes a really nice one. I wonder if it just fits on one of these. It's a little skinny. I have some other ones cut some other places. Or we could just cut one the size we want. What if we just glue this onto this cardstock? We could even give it just a hair of a border. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog. My husband is supposed to be watching him. Right now my dog is trying to tell me that he doesn't think he should be on the other side of the door. Oops. So there we go. I think that's pretty, just as it is, and like we can add something if we want to later. We have this wild kind of one. It sort of looks nice with that. It's too bad this is already on here. It won't come up, so that you can just, you know, stick it on and then put the sticker on. What else have we got in here? We have this family, some sky and a little farm. We have some chocolate. These sort of look like chocolate, although they have bears on them as well. Maybe we could cover enough other things up that it won't matter. This is a nice window one. These are pretty. And maybe they just need to be trimmed and put a focal image on later. Probably true of these other ones we used with the scraps and the stuff. We could put these in our decorating pile. These are some other ones made with scraps. Oops. Here's a little tiny one. I thought these were ones that really needed stuff, but a lot of these have quite a bit on them. These are some circles. I think these need a little more. This needs something more, but how much, I don't know. This definitely needs more. I don't know, I think in some ways they just need like a big flower or something. Maybe these could use some more though. These aren't bad the way they are either. Maybe those need some more. That's probably too big. I need to check on the size of that. These could use more. I don't see any necessarily. I've just made more of a bigger mess. I don't see necessarily anything that works for the chocolate thing. There's this one picture back here. It might be this one. That has similar colors that could kind of go in there. I'm not sure if I can get this on a large journal card or on a page. I think I was thinking that would be nice on a page. We'll keep the words. Let's see. I just don't want to lose that one. That could go with our chocolate as well. This is way too tall, but let's see, is there anything? There's Children at Play again. Can maybe use. Nope. Okay, this is gonna go with the chocolate. Put the girl up so her head's still on the page. We get a little bit of this white edge, or where is it going to be folded? Easier to glue it before it's folded, but it's nice to have some idea. So we put that would fold here. So if we put this over the edge more, so if we glue up here to the top of her head, we need our desk. So her top of her head down to a little below the girl's hands, so about here. You can always come back and do the edge a little more if necessary. Thought this was a really sweet picture that I thought would be fun to include in a journal. Top of her head is here, so I think I've gone plenty. Now, let's see if we can line this up. So, top of head, put this over, right there, over the edge, hands. At the end, you just have to do the best you can and go for it. Probably would have been better if I tore this make it uneven. We're glued to the table. Not sure how straight we got. I think that we have ran out of time. So I think I will continue working, but I'm going to let you go as soon as I finish cutting this out. We'll see what else I can make, and we'll throw it on the thumbnail. Plus you can see it in upcoming journals, but hope gave you some ideas of where you might find some things. Definitely going to do the chocolate. I do have a chocolate journal in my mind. Chocolate is on my mind. I'm not currently eating any chocolate though. Maybe that's why it's on my mind. Now this piece is very pretty. I might have a use for that one. So this is what we ended up with. We can add something over that. And when we fold it, we get, we did get the other girl's head in good. So isn't that a sweet page? And then we just have some over here. We can maybe put a pocket on here that comes over enough to cover most of that up, and then you can tuck something in there. Or another piece of paper with a belly band down the middle. But I think that makes a sweet page. All right, thank you for joining me. This is Peggy at the Pearl Forest, and we've been playing with the box of stuff that I found around my house. Thank you for joining me. It was fun to have you.